If you try to draw a graph of y equals x, it would look something like this. It would be a straight line like this, going through the origin. Now, the question in this video is, what is a graph of y equals x squared? What does it look like? You see, when you don't know something, try and investigate. So here, to investigate this, you would build a table like this. So this is x here, and this is y here. Uh, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on, and 5, and so on, and then put this into here. When x is 0, put it into the x. So x time 0 times 0, it will be 0. Put the 1 into here, and then 1 times 1 is 1, and then put the 2 into here, and 2 times 2 is 4. So you're trying to investigate here. So and also go into the negative realm as well. So you could have x equals -1 here, x equals -2, x equals -3, and so on. So if you put -1 into the x, well, -1 times -1, it will be 1. -2, put the -2 into the x, so it means -2 times by itself. So times by itself, it will be +4, because minus times a minus. Here you've got to put the -3 into this this thing here. So -3 times -3, it would be 9. Okay, +9. So if you try and here, if you draw a table here like this, so this here is actually x squared. You could actually put x squared in here, but or you can leave it as y, because we are trying to investigate. Y equals x squared. What does this line look like? So draw yourself a table like this. So when x equals 1, so you've got this thing here. Put it into here. If you put this into here, it will give you 4. If you put +4 into here, it will give you 16. Okay. Well, create yourself a table like this, and then plot a graph to see what's going on. So look at this. When x equals 0, y equals 0. Okay. So it would be here. When x equals 1, y equals 1. So x equals 1, y equals 1. It would be here. When x equals 3, y equals 9. So I missed out the 2. Well, when x equals 2, y equals 4. So it's right here. When x equals 3, y equals 9. So what x equals 3, y equals 9. So it's here. Okay, and when x equals 4, y equals 16. So it's all the way up here somewhere. Okay, and then we'll go into the negative realm. When x equals -1, so it goes there. Remember, when x equals 0, y will be 0, so it's right there. So when x equals -2, well, plot this. It will look something like this. When x equals -3, y will be 9. When x equals -4, this will be +16 as well. And now you just got to join up all the points. I'm going to do my best. It's quite hard for me to draw on this computer. It should be a curve like this. It should be a curve. Okay, it should be like a U curve. But if you want to know, you could argue that at this point here, it could be a V like this. Why isn't it a V? But why is it a curve? But it turns out to be a curve, because if you try and zoom into this bit here, let's try and zoom into to this bit here. Okay, so when x is between -1 and 1, let's just zoom into this bit here. Okay, let's zoom in. So I'm going to create myself a new table. So here, this table here is between. Can you see x here? It's between 0 and 1. So I'm actually zooming in. So this is 1 here. This is -1 here. Okay, so I'm actually zooming in to see what's going on, because up here you could argue that well, when x is 0, it's here. When x is 1, it's 1. When x is minus 1, it's 1. You could argue, oh, it's a v, not a u, but it is a u because look at this. Create yourself a table. Okay, hang on, bear with me. Okay, create yourself a table like this here, and then try and plot it. So here when x equals 0, y equals 0. So we can say it's there. When x equals 0.2, y is 0.04. So when x equals 0.2 is here. 0.04 is less than 0.1. Okay, 0.1 is here. 0.04 is actually 0.1 is here. 0.04. I'm going to guess it's somewhere here. Okay, and now when x equals 0.4, this will be 0.116. 0.16. Don't forget, 0.16 is bigger than 0.1. Okay, but it's less than 0.2. Well, anyway, when x is 0.4, y is 0.16. So I'm going to guess around about here. Now, when x equals 0.6, this will be 0.36. So 0.336. I'm going to guess here. Now 0.8, it will be 0.64. So 0.8, 0.64, somewhere around here. And when it's 1, it's going to be 1. Okay, this is 1 here. Okay, so here, well, it's actually symmetrical here because if you put if you put negative 0.2 and then square it, it would be the same as this because a minus times a minus will be a positive. Well, anyway, it's going to be symmetrical. So I'm going to put it here. I'm going to put this here because it matches up with this. You see. Well, anyway, minus 0.6 is going to be here because I know this because it's near enough there. Okay, and then 0.8 would be 0.64 here, and then this minus 1, it would be 1 up here. So actually it's actually a curve. Okay, it's actually a curve like this. It is a U, not a V. But then you could argue why. Well, hang on. You could argue that this bit here is actually a V. In which case, zoom in even further. But it does turn out to be a U shape. I just can't draw it well here, but it is actually a U shape. Okay. Yeah. So if you try and draw a graph of y equals x, it will look like this. If you try and draw a graph of y equals x squared, it will look like this. It will look like this. Okay, and if you try and draw a graph of y equals x plus 3, well, every value here gets shifted up 3. So here it gets shifted up 3. Here it gets shifted up 3. So this new line here would look something like this. Okay. Well, the same is true with x squared. If you let's say plus 4 here, every point here gets shifted up 4. And it turns out that this here, hang on, let me try and do it. Everything gets shifted up 4. So here it's another U shape here. My point is that, well, if you try and plot y equals x squared plus, let's say, 7, well, imagine x squared will look like this. So x squared plus 7, everything gets shifted up 1. Gets shifted up 7. Okay, and then if you try and draw y equals x squared minus 5, well, here x squared will look like this. X squared minus 5, everything will get pushed down 5, because if you go up here, if you try and plot this, this is x squared. Okay, if you try and get x squared minus 2, say, then if you extend this table here. Now, if you extend this table here, x squared minus 2, well, x squared minus 2, this would be minus 2. This would be minus 1. this would be 2, this would be 7, and so on. And it turns out that if you I can't draw a curve here. Something like that. X squared looks something like this. Well, y equals x squared. Well, if you try and draw y equals x squared minus 2, well, it gets pulled down 2 places downwards. So when x equals 1, this would be 1, but then it gets pulled down here like this. When 2 is 4, it gets pulled down like. Well, anyway, yeah, if you try and draw y equals x plus 3, well, y equals x looks like that. So y equals x plus 3, it gets shifted up 3. The same will be true for y equals x squared plus, let's say 3. So it gets shifted up 3. And if you don't believe me, then create your own tables like this one here, and then start plotting. Okay, all right.